Hola, mi amigos. What's going on, y'all? What's going on? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Everybody who's checking this out, I appreciate y'all checking out the video. Appreciate y'all coming through on the live show. If you hadn't hit that like button for me, make sure you go ahead and hit that like button. I appreciate it. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. I'd appreciate that as well. And the topic that we're going to talk about tonight is the Karmelo Anthony indictment. Karmelo Anthony was indicted by the district attorney on the charges of murder, first degree, which is something I don't think he should have been charged with. I don't think it was first degree. But nevertheless, he did indict him on first degree murder charges. I don't think it was warranted. But we haven't seen the video. We do know that they let a small portion of the press check out the video. And what they did see on the video is they didn't see any altercation between Austin and Karmelo. And they say maybe he must have had some words or told him to get up, and I guess Karmelo just stabbed him. I would like to see the video for myself. They say the video was taken from like across the way on the opposite side in the bleachers, and they couldn't make out. I don't think they said they could make out like anybody's lips or anything like that moving. But what they did say is that there seemed to be no altercation between the two. So I'm pretty sure it was more so just talking. But I do recall it was a portion where Karmelo said that he grabbed him twice. Matter of fact, let me see if I can pull up exactly what Karmelo had said. And I also have what his brother said. And I can find it, but I do have the actual report. And it was a few people in the report, I think, that they said that he did grab him, said he grabbed him twice. Let me pull up that. Yeah, there you go. What's up, Uber driver? What's going on?
Unless and until proven guilty. Good afternoon. Earlier this spring, our community was shaken by what happened at a school track meet in Frisco. The violent loss of 17-year-old Austin Metcalf. For weeks now, my team has been presenting evidence to the grand jury, and today I summarized that evidence, and I asked the grand jury to return a first-degree murder indictment against Karmelo Anthony, which they did. With this indictment, the case now moves formally into the court system. From this point forward, we'll continue doing our job both fully and fairly to pursue justice under the law. As for the scheduling of the trial, that will be up to the court. But when the time comes, we will be ready. Now, we know that this case has struck a deep nerve here in Collin County and beyond. And that's understandable. When something like this happens at a school event, it shakes people to the core. But let's remember that the justice system works best when it moves with steadiness and principle. That's what we're committed to, and that's what this case deserves. We're also mindful of Austin's family and everyone who loved him. Please Please keep them in your thoughts, and if you're willing, your prayers as well. Finally, let's remember that a defendant is presumed innocent unless and until proven guilty in a court of law.
Today's indictment of Karmelo Anthony is an expected and routine step in the legal process. An indictment is a procedural step that happens in virtually every felony criminal case. It's a document that lays out for both the prosecution and the defense what the prosecution must prove beyond a reasonable doubt in court. An indictment simply means that a grand jury, after hearing only the prosecution side of the story, determined that there was enough evidence to allow the case to move forward to court. That's all an indictment means. Karmelo and his family are confident in the justice system and the people of Collin County to be fair and impartial. Of course, Karmelo looks forward to his day in court. It's only in a trial that a jury will hear the full story, one that includes critical facts and context that the grand jury simply didn't get to hear. It's only in a trial that both sides get to present evidence and cross-examine each other's witnesses. This is why our justice system is based on the principle of a full and fair trial. That's because it's only in a trial that the full story can be heard and that impartial justice can be done. We expect that when the full story is heard, the prosecution will not be able to rule out the reasonable doubt that Karmelo Anthony may have acted in self-defense. Self-defense is a fundamental right guaranteed every American. The law is clear. When self-defense is raised by the facts, the law puts the burden squarely on the prosecution to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that the citizen accused did not act in self-defense. The law does not expect or require the citizen accused to prove that they acted in self-defense. It's actually the opposite. The law requires the prosecution to rule out the reasonable doubt that the citizen accused may have acted in self-defense. We understand that this case has sparked strong reactions. Please remember that there are real human beings, kids, on both sides of this case. We ask that everyone do as the law requires and withhold judgment until all the evidence can be heard in court. We are confident that when all the facts are presented and the full story is heard, the jury will reach the right conclusion and justice will be done.
You hear what he said right there. It's on the prosecution to actually prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that Karmelo was didn't need to use self-defense at all. Uber driver says, little buddy going to jail for a long time. He threw his life away on some pride shit. Yeah, I think he gonna go to jail for a while. Me personally, I don't think he should go to jail for a long, long time. You know, I don't think he intentionally tried to kill him. I do think that he intentionally tried to stab him though. But I mean, as far as all of this stuff that I hear a lot of people trying to act like, you know, he was justified and the twins were racist and they was bothering him before this and picking on him. I don't know if I don't believe all of that stuff, you know. I heard enough of that and I'm just like, that's BS. I don't believe that. Uber driver also says these youngsters don't believe in throwing hands no more. That's another thing that we used to talk about when this case first came up. Nobody likes to throw hands. Nobody likes to just fight. Everybody is just straight up killing each other. I was in a space there and I heard somebody say something to the extent that, remember when we was growing up and your parents always said, if somebody hits you, then to hit them back. And I was like, yes, that's it. That's it. They said to hit them back. They didn't say to stab them. They didn't say shoot them or nothing like that. And I'm just thinking like, listen to what you're saying. But they obviously not listening to what they saying. And they mind, they feel like it's absolutely okay to jump up and just stab somebody. It's not okay. I could see if it was in the street setting, you know, they was, you know, at some club or something like that. I would probably say yes, probably self-defense because we don't know what was going on in the club, blah, blah, blah. But at a school event, come on, man. I don't see how you could justify just stabbing somebody. I can't rock with that. What's up, Hope? What's going on? How you been? Hope Knight says justice for Austin Metcalf and his family. R.I.P. Absolutely. Because at the end of the day, these were kids, bro. These are just kids. You know, you got to take all the racism and he's black and he's white. You got to take all of that out of this. These are two high school kids that one of them is definitely not going to get to live his life and have a family and have kids and be with, his twin brother. All that's gone. Now you got another kid. He's probably finna get taken away from his family. He's possibly going to go to jail for a while. He's probably going to miss out on college. They said he was a decent athlete. Maybe he would have been okay in college football. Who knows? He's possibly going to miss out on something like that. So it's just an all around bad situation. So for people to think like, yeah, F Austin Metcalf, I'm not one of those people. I'm just not. Because you got to think about it. If the shoe was on the other foot, if this had happened to Karmelo and this was Austin who did it, oh man. Oh man. They wouldn't be saying the same stuff that they saying about Austin and his brother. They wouldn't have these same excuses. I guarantee you. They wouldn't let them get away with, oh, maybe Carmelo was picking on him. They would have said, hell no. You know what they would have been saying? They'd have been talking just like me. There's no reason for them to have stabbed Carmelo. That's what they'd have been saying. They had no right to stab him, even if they was arguing. Why couldn't they have just been fighting? Why would you stab somebody? I promise you that's what these people would be saying. But on the other end, they want to act like, oh, yeah, it's perfectly okay to stab him. And then they start coming up with these excuses like it was some type of cleat sharpener. It's like, bro, y'all twisting yourselves in a pretzel to make something right that ain't right. Just be honest about the situation. What's up, Jalen? How you been, bro? Hope Knight says he should get life in prison. He murdered Austin Metcalf. I don't think he should get life in prison. I think he should get some time though. But I'm not disagreeing. I mean, look, those are your opinions. You have a right to your opinion, Hope. That's you. You know what I mean? I'm not here to disagree with you or go against what you're saying. I think he was definitely in the wrong. I'm not one of these people, like I said, who's going to justify anything that Carmelo did. I'm not justifying anything that Carmelo did. But I mean, if your opinion and your thoughts is that he should get life in prison for murder, hey, it is what it is. Appreciate everybody coming through the show. Make sure y'all hit that like button for me. And if y'all hadn't subscribed, go ahead and do that for me. Uber driver also says this, just like when dumb people was playing that knockout game, then the person hit their head and died. Those people got charged with murder. Hey, that's a fact. I forgot about that knockout game bullshit. I forgot about that knockout game shit, which was stupid when you think about it. Why would you? It's just a dumb game. That might have been the beginning of the whole trends of, you know, like the TikTok dances and the challenges. They probably had the knockout challenge and shit. So, man, people are just crazy when it comes to stuff like this. But I did have the report. Where did it go? The police report. Where did it go? Okay, here you go. And this is what I was going to show y'all. See if I can blow it up. Let me go back and see if y'all can see it. I'm going to make it big. Okay, it's big. Now these accounts are from all the officers. Basically, all these officers right here were saying the same thing. You had this officer Eduardo Cortez. I want to say that was the one who heard it over the radio and ran over there. They were all explaining how they arrived on the scene and they seen Carmelo standing away from everybody, and it was a crowd of people around Austin, and they was trying to administer aid to him. And let me see. Let me get to the part where they kind of got to these kids. It says right here, as other officers worked the scene, I was asked, this is Craig Thomas, I was asked to respond to the stadium's medical locker room area and keep the following Memorial High School students / witnesses separated until detectives could speak with them. It's 3 people right there. And then that's why I say it's going to be a lot of witnesses. While with them, I was told to take their cell phones from them and later turn them over to Sergeant Bissonette. After being relieved, I was asked to make contact with all FISD athletes that had been placed on school buses. Below is a list of students who identified themselves as witnesses to the stabbing of Austin Metcalf. Look at all of these names, bro. These are all the witnesses. That's why I say not only do they have this video of what happened, but they also have these students and they confiscated their phones. And I had so many people saying, well, they don't really know what happened. And I'm just like, did anybody read the report? There's an actual police report out there that tells you that they confiscated phones and that there are witnesses who they more than likely gonna have them testify. Especially, I know it's a few who was actually standing there during this whole interaction between these two. But a lot of people didn't read the police report. And a lot of people are just basically going off of speculation and how they feel about the case. And what it is, what it boils down to, because the media has made this a black and a white issue. So if you white, then you have to stand on the side of Austin Metcalf. And if you black, then you must defend Karmelo Anthony at all costs, which is stupid on both sides to be that way. Because like I said, these are 2 kids who one of them was totally out of bounds for stabbing somebody. The other one, they're saying that he grabbed him. They say they grabbed him twice, but the recounts from the people who watched the video say that they didn't see any interactions like that on the tape. But like I said earlier in the video, they did say that the tape, it was shot from across the way. I think it was the bleachers on the opposite side of the field, and they couldn't tell, what was actually going on. So in my head, I'm thinking they probably had words, and maybe Karmelo just jumped up and stabbed him because they say that they couldn't see any altercations between the two. I would imagine the cameras ain't that bad where you can't see an altercation. Now, as far as seeing if somebody is saying something, it might be hard to decipher that. But I'm in Texas, and I know a lot of these schools who shoot these track meets and these football games from the bleachers. They have really good cameras now, really, really good cameras. So I don't know what we're gonna see when that comes out. But as far as I know, at my high school, they actually have a broadcast of the games and the track meets that they play live, and you can see. And this shit is like 4K, like you can see everything. It's big down here in Texas to watch sports. So I don't know how this video is not that clear. I didn't understand that, but that's what they were saying from the video. Matter of fact, let me read what somebody actually said from the video. Okay, hold on, y'all. They got some ad up here. Lord have mercy.
Frisco ISD is releasing surveillance video of the stabbing at the track meet that led to the death of a student back in April, but only under very strict conditions. So through open records, they will allow whoever requests it to view that video, but no recording whatsoever is allowed. On that note, we sent our IT producer, Kelsey Mittauer, to watch that video. She joins us now in studio to walk us through what you saw. We're going to go in order here in just a second, Kelsey, but in general terms, what did the video depict? What'd you see?
It shows everything from the moments leading up to the stabbing, to the medical response, to then the beginning of the police investigation.
Okay, and it lasted several minutes is what they showed you.
It did, about 30 minutes.
Okay, so let's start in the beginning now and talk a little bit about what you saw at the front end of that video, because you got to see the attack, the actual stabbing
right.
took place.
So I started watching about 9:53. The camera shows half of the field. So it's about from the 50-yard line on, and the tent where it happened was kind of right in front of the 50-yard line, but the camera is down here.
Okay.
It's positioned across the field. So everybody in the video, you can tell they are kids or adults, but no one's identifiable.
So a long shot is what
a long shot, yeah.
So a couple minutes in, and you actually see the altercation take place.
Yes, everything leading up to it, everyone's milling about. It seems very normal, and then right at 9:55, that's when there's this explosive movement or action between two people under the tent, and that's when the employees in the room told me that's when the stabbing happened at 9:55.
Right, and you were talking about people kind of start to scatter at that moment. Obviously, something went wrong. And so what happens next? Because now, a little bit later on, that's when the ambulance shows up.
Right. So when the ambulance arrives, it actually comes through near the end zone at the gate, and then it comes up to the 50-yard line directly in front of the tent. You can see Austin Metcalf is right here. But then when they pull up close to the tent, they realize that they can't get the stretcher to him because of the barrier of the bleachers. So at that point, then the paramedics have to get out, and then they have to walk all the way back to the end zone. This is actually, in the next slide. They have to go all the way back to the end zone and then come all the way back. That takes another couple of minutes. So at this point, they've arrived and they are actively working on Metcalf at that point.
And we want to reiterate, we're using some imagery here to sort of denote exactly what was happening here, these little icons that were using the ambulance, because, again, the video was not able to be released. You're watching all of this happen, Kelsey, and you're watching the time sort of elapse. What are you thinking about when you see this, especially when you see sort of the issues in getting Metcalf out of there?
I mean, I understand why it happened the way it happened. They were still working on him, actually. The thing that really struck me is they're working on him, and that's when you see the rain's coming down heavier, and then they actually pull out the blue tarp.
The blue tarp that we saw.
Right, and then I noticed the crime scene tape is already up. I was so focused on here, I didn't even see that, but they're building the crime scene actively around him as they're continuing to work on him in the bleachers.
I hate to stop it, but it was actually a point, if you read the police report, that one of the police officers, as they were putting up that tent, she was right next to some of the evidence, which would be Karmelo Anthony's book bag that he had the knife in and whatnot. She actually stepped on the bag. She was in the way of the bag, but she never realized that that was actually Karmelo's bag at the time.
The bleachers.
So that was happening while he was still there.
Yes, he's in the bleachers.
And in closing here, because we know that several minutes had elapsed, and people are sort of scurrying in different areas. What do we know about the suspect in the stabbing, Karmelo Anthony, and his whereabouts?
So I asked the women in the room, the employees, I said, of everybody on this screen, is Karmelo Anthony in here? And they said, we couldn't tell you, we don't know. And honestly, it was so hard. Once it happened, there's people going this way, that way, this way, and this way. So it was just hard to know what direction he headed. All
right, Kelsey, thank you very much for describing that for us. We appreciate it. We should let you know that the case will be presented to a grand jury, which will then decide.
So, this is exactly like I was saying. It was across the way. They say other reports, accounts, some people were saying the video wasn't clear, but I just don't see how. I don't see how it's not that clear. Key and Aid mom says coward move. I think it was a coward move too. It was a coward move. I agree with Key and Aid mom. It was a coward move for him to stab him. I really do. Just like Uber driver said, whatever happened to throwing hands, whatever happened to just boxing. Look, if he really had an issue with Austin, he could have said, "Hey man, F you, bro. What you want to do?" They could have tussled about it. Somebody probably would have got kicked out of the track meet, but both of them would have still been alive to this day. I mean, one of them wouldn't have lost their life. One of them would still be alive today. Austin. So, I mean, this is just one of them situations that it's really unfortunate on both sides, but I really hate that somebody had to lose their life. And now that it was being made out to be a black and a white issue when I really don't think it was. They just seen a black kid and a white kid and decided that it was an issue. But I don't think it was that much of an issue. They just wanted it to be that way.
There was this kid, before I knew his name now, this kid was sitting under our tent at track. We asked him to move. He started getting aggressive and talking reckless. And my brother stepped in and said, "You need to move." And he's like, "Make me move." Austin grabbed his backpack. The kid, I tried to whip around as fast as I could.
Now, see, right there, even his brother said that he grabbed him, put his hands on him. But on the video, they saying that they didn't see any altercation. So if the video is that bad where you can't see that little incident, that's pretty bad. But I'm just trying to figure out, how is it that bad?
But I didn't see the stab. But then I look at my brother, and then I'm not going to talk about the rest. So just that's just what I saw. And I try to help him, but
it was just senseless.
It was really senseless. Really, I don't know why a person would do that to someone just over that little argument. It's just crazy in this world nowadays how people just up and do that. Like that man has a family. That man has people that care about them all the time, and he did everything for our family too. He was a strong man. He was a strong kid. There was.
And what upsets me too is stuff like that backs up when people start calling black folks animals and we violent and shit like that. When you got folks out here that's just really committing random acts of violence on people. When they pissed off, they go to 10. You know what I mean? When they upset, they go to 10. It ain't never no talking. It's never no conflict resolution between us. We go straight to 10. We go straight to violence. We want to punch somebody. We want to shoot somebody, stab somebody. That's our main issue. And that's Karmelo's main issue right here. Because what he did was he went off the handle, bro. Like he lost it for absolutely no reason. And quite honestly, I think he was testosterone pumping. He probably want to seem like he's some big tough man, so I'm gonna stab somebody. And he killed him. Like I say, I honestly don't think he was trying to kill him. I think he was just reached up and poked somebody type shit, like not really expecting to kill somebody. But you killed him. And Karmelo has been indicted for this first-degree murder charge. Now, what he would be facing, let's see. In Texas, the charge is equivalent to what other states call first-degree murder, capital murder. Texas does not use the term first-degree murder, blah, blah, blah. This is a first-degree felony that is distinct from capital murder. It involves intentionally or knowingly causing the death of another person. So that's what they're saying with this charge. They're saying that he intentionally caused the death of him, like he was trying to kill him. But what that lawyer said is when it comes down to the indictment is only where the prosecution pleads their case to a grand jury and they indict them based off of that. There is no evidence presented or anything of that nature. It's basically just the prosecution laying out their case before the grand jury, and the grand jury is deciding, okay, well, we think you have enough to indict him on that charge. And on that charge, that's the charge that they have to defend. And they have to prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that he intentionally tried to kill Austin Metcalf. That's the point. The penalty for this can result in the death penalty or life imprisonment without parole. It carries a potential sentence of 5 to 99 years or life in prison. Now, will he be convicted? I think he's going to get convicted. How much time will he get? I don't know. I think because he's a young individual, I'm really thinking, me personally, this is just my thoughts. I'm thinking it's going to be something small. I don't think it's going to be something that a lot of people are hoping for or a lot of people want, which would be the life or maybe like a real healthy sentence, like 30 to 40 years in prison. I don't think it's going to be something like that. I think it's going to be more so along the lines from about 5 to 10 years. That's what I'm thinking. If he does get convicted. And I think he won't even do that whole sentence. I think it's gonna be some type of what they call like a suspended sentence or some shit like that. I really do. I think he's gonna get convicted, but I think his lawyer, for one, is gonna play up the fact that he comes from a good family, a perceived good family, because I don't know him, from a good family, a good home. His parents aren't criminals. His parents aren't drug dealers. His parents aren't in the streets. He has a stay-at-home mom. He has a dad that works, has a good job. They live in a nice neighborhood. I think they're going to try to play up the fact that he made a mistake and that he did stab Austin in self-defense. Now, I don't know how they're going to try to prove that because with that, you're going to have to prove the fact that Austin was grabbing him. But in my mind, I'm in Texas. I think the jury ain't gonna see that as enough just to say, "Oh, he was grabbing," and that's a reason for you to self defend yourself. I don't see that. It's hard for me to see that. It's hard for me to see somebody saying he grabbed him and that gives you the right to stab somebody. I don't see it. So many people can say that, but I'm not seeing that. What's up, Dark Kent? Key and A mom says 15 to 20. That's what you're thinking? You thinking 15 to 20? Yeah, we right about the same. I mean, you got a little bit more years than me. But I mean, I can see 15 to 20 as well. I can see 15 to 20. I don't think it's going to be like what other people are thinking, this whole life sentence or 30 to 40. I don't think it's going to be nothing like, I just don't. Tim says, if he's convicted, he might get life in prison. Texas has one of the most strict legal systems in the United States. Yeah, we do. That's a fact. But I don't. I know people, they kind of watch a lot of TV and they hear things about Texas and they think like especially if somebody black does something like you gonna go down. A lot of times you will get convicted of whatever you did, but I've seen tons of people get reduced sentences, light sentences for stuff that they clearly did. And down here in Texas. So that's why I'm saying I don't think it's gonna be as bad as a lot of people think, bro. Dark Ken says, so Buddy didn't get charged with manslaughter. That's just straight murder, huh? Nah, he didn't get charged with manslaughter. They charged him with first degree murder. First degree. First degree. Let me for those of y'all who just coming in, I'm gonna play it again. I'm gonna play this little part again. I'm just play the beginning of it with the district attorney, Greg Willis.
Good afternoon. Earlier this spring, our community was shaken by what happened at a school track meet in Frisco. The violent loss of 17-year-old Austin Metcalf. For weeks now, my team has been presenting evidence to the grand jury, and today I summarized that evidence, and I asked the grand jury to return a first-degree murder indictment against Karmelo Anthony, which they did. With this indictment, the case now moves formally into the court system. From this point forward, we'll continue doing our job both fully and fairly to pursue justice under the law. As for the scheduling of the trial, that will be up to the court. But when the time comes, we will be ready. Now, we know that this case has struck a deep nerve here in Collin County and beyond. And that's understandable. When something like this happens at a school event, it shakes people to the core. But let's remember that the justice system works best when it moves with steadiness and principle. That's what we're committed to, and that's what this case deserves. We're also mindful of Austin's family and everyone who loved him. Please keep them in your thoughts, and if you're willing, your prayers as well. Finally, let's remember that a defendant is presumed innocent unless and until proven guilty in a court of law.
Yep, it is Dark Kent. It's intent. Just like I just said. This is where is it at? Where what was I reading? Murder. This is a first degree felony that is distinct from capital murder. It involves intentionally or knowingly causing the death of another person. So yeah, that's what they hit him with. So they saying he intentionally killed Austin Metcalf. He tried to kill him. Tried to kill him. Which is just, I mean, like I say, it's just a bad, stupid move on his part. He did a dumb thing. Not only that, but the fool actually went up there and was talking to the officer saying, "Oh, did he die? Oh, do you think this could be murder?" He was asking him all. He was talking without a lawyer. All this stuff was recorded. They saying that was on body cams. It's Tim says the South don't play when a black person kills a white person. My cousin got 10 years in prison just for letting his friend borrow his hunting gun his father gave him, and he wasn't at the crime scene. So they tried to pin it on him like he gave him the weapon to kill him. That's messed up. That's messed up. But yeah, I think some people really they kind of get caught up in the whole southern Texas, like, yeah, man, if you black and you in the South and you in Texas and places like that, the deep South, like you fucked if you do something. I don't really buy it. I think it's a lot of really nice people down here. You know, I'm not in fear of anything being a black person in the South. I freely go and do what I want to do. I don't feel like somebody is trying to frame me or anything like that. Not saying that it doesn't happen, but I don't have that. I don't have that feeling. I don't walk around here thinking I'm about to go to jail or when I get pulled over, I'm about to get killed. I know if it's a white cop that he's about to do something to me that's going to cost me a lot of time out of my life. I don't feel like that. I haven't felt like that. But yes, Carmelo did a bad thing. He's going to get some time. He's not going to get away with this. We had a lot of people who were speculating. People, like I said, talking about cleat sharpeners. What else did they say? Uh, that they ran into Carmelo at some party and that they were bullying him or did something to his girlfriend. I was like, where is everybody getting all of this shit from? They was just making up stuff. Even a post that had Austin with a gun in his lap saying he can't wait for the monkeys to show up at the track meet, which was a bullshit. I heard so much crap on the internet and in spaces about this whole Carmelo Anthony situation, especially when it comes from black people. It was so much speculation. I was sick to my stomach. I'm like, bro, y'all not gonna read nothing. Y'all not gonna read the police report. Y'all not gonna read the accounts of the brother. Y'all just dismiss him just because it's the brother. And let me not forget, they had the picture of the two brothers with camo gear on. Clearly, they was about to go hunting, but they was trying to make the equivalency that they had guns and they was going out to go kill somebody. It's the same type of ordeal with them standing there with guns with their camo hunting gear on to Carmelo and his fake gun, which they tried to make seem like that was real, his fake AK-47. Like, I'm just like, bro, y'all, when it comes to my people, and in this case, I've been sick to my stomach hearing some of the excuses that they make. It makes no sense, some of the shit that they be saying. They will defend anything. They will just back anything just because it's white people. It's just like this whole Trump derangement syndrome. Anything that Trump does, If you don't like Trump, it's all bad. I don't care if he gave everybody $1 million. They would still say it was bad. They don't care. It's the same deal. Anytime a white person does something that is perceived to be harmful to black people, every black person that I know that's on some real pro-black stuff, because I'm on some pro-black, but I use discretion. I use common sense. I use logic. I don't just defend and throw the cape on every time a black person does something or some harm is done to them. I used to be that way, but not no more. Because what you realize is being that way always leave you in a bad situation. You always really be looking stupid in the end, and you can't even respond. Once all the facts come out and all the evidence comes out about shit, and you realize you was on the wrong side the whole time, you look crazy. You look very crazy, bro. Dark Ken says, shit, the DA prosecutor starting off charging his young brother wrong, maybe banking on him to take a plea. It could be. That's a good observation. It could be right. They could be banking on him just to say, look, I'm gonna sign a plea deal, maybe a lesser charge. Because you know how they run the charge up, you plead to a lesser charge, at least they can say they got you. That's a good observation. I agree with that. Jalen says, I'm not pro-black at all. Hey, I don't blame you, bro. Hey, that's a good response as well. I'm pro-man. I'm not disagreeing with you there. I am not disagreeing with you there. You ain't get no pushback from me. I'm saying it. I'm saying it from the stance that I like being black, and I want to help black people, but I'm not going along with just anything, bro. You're not finna drag me into every situation that you think is racist, white supremacy. I'm not even playing that game with you because that shit, it's not affecting a lot of people like they say it is. To me, when I keep hearing racism, white supremacy, that is a defeatist mentality. And all the people who be saying this shit are the folks who got nice cars, they got a nice house, they got a lot of money, but they pushing this defeatist, I'm downtrodden, I'm a loser. Uh all of just anything negative. That's what they pushing when they saying that. And I can't, I don't like it, bro. I don't like the fact that some black people want to stay in this mindset that they're losing and somebody is coming after them. Somebody is trying to take something from them. I get tired of that type of sentiment, bro. It's like black people, are y'all not tired of that? You're not tired of feeling like you on the bad end of something all the time? You don't want to change your mindset? Damn. That's a fact, Dark Kent. Accountability has no color. Accountability has no color. Carmelo Anthony is accountable, whether he was white, whether he was black, whether he was Mexican, boy, woman, it don't matter. He need to be held accountable for his poor actions. Because what he did was these are poor actions coming from him. He shouldn't have did it. And like who was that said? Key and Abe mom? It was a coward move. That's absolutely right. It was a coward move for him to do what he did. I don't see any man in him if you got to pull out a knife and stab somebody. I couldn't be that threatened at a track meet. Like I say, if they were in the streets, if he was cornered, they caught him walking down an alley, maybe you have a case with me. But at a track meet, you feel like your life is threatened? There's no way you could get me to buy that. You think you at a track meet and you finna do an event and you got your gear on, you got your backpack, your team colors on, maybe a team shirt, and somebody tell you to move, and you trying to tell me you felt like you was gonna die to the point that you had to stab and kill somebody? Does that even make sense? No, it doesn't. Common sense will tell you that it don't make sense. That's what I did talk about also. People living a lifestyle trying to portray something that they really not. He living in an affluent neighborhood. Parents got money, but yet he's acting like he's some type of hard street type individual when he's not. You're not a tough guy at all. So you stab somebody to try to prove a point. Please. What's up, Caddy? Caddy says, did you see the tribute video that Austin's girlfriend put out? I don't know if it's my pregnancy hormones, but I teared up. So many sweet goodnight voices from him. No, I didn't see the video. Send it to me. Put it in the chat. I'll check it out. Put it in the chat box if you don't mind, Caddy. I'll check it out. Tim says Carmelo felt threatened because the Metcalf brothers was some swole, tall football players. See? See, I can't rock with that. If that's the case, we all should have been scared at some point in high school. Because when I was a freshman, it was some big motherfuckers, and I had to fight one of them. I told the story on her. So I should have killed him when we went to the locker room and he pushed me down and my backpack flew over my head. I should have got up and stabbed him. No, I didn't feel when he did that. I knew he was bullying me, but I didn't feel like, damn, I'm finna die today. Oh my God, I'm about to die, y'all. I'm about to die. No, what I thought in my head was, this is gonna be a hell of a fight. I'm probably gonna lose to this big motherfucker, but this gonna be some trouble right here. This gonna be some bullshit. That's what I immediately thought about when he pushed me down. Because I knew I was finna go fight him. I'm like, I got to. All of these people around, they see me get pushed down. I gotta throw hands with him. I didn't feel like I'm finna die. I can't buy that one to you. But I get what you're saying. LaTerrence Mosley said, but he is wrong for killing him. Yeah, he is wrong for killing him. I don't know where you been, LaTerrence. That's what I've been saying the whole time. I'm not disagreeing with you. He's definitely wrong for killing his brother. I'm not disagreeing with you. He's wrong all the way around. He shouldn't have done that. There's no reason to stab somebody at a track meet. It's not a reason at all. And I know a lot of people have knives and whatnot down here in their backpacks. People always have stuff like that. People have said that, and that is true. But what was he doing with that at a track meet? If I was going to a football game and stuff, I didn't have that kind of shit in my, in my carry-on bag when we went to another stadium. I didn't. What I'm gonna bring my knife for? I don't even want that shit in my bag. Tim says Gen Z not built like us, so a size difference would terrify them. You right. They so bitch made and pussy these days, bro. They can't handle a general scuffle. Everybody had incidents where you was getting picked on by somebody bigger than you. Almost everybody. That's just a fact, bro. Batman X who laughs. Appreciate you coming through. He says Anthony is going to know real fear in prison. Yeah, if he go to prison, he gonna know real fear. But it's crazy how when they go to prison, he gonna have to get with like-minded people. Not like-minded people, but folks like him, other black folks. He gonna have to, because I imagine white supremacist or some type of Aryan Brotherhood or something, they gonna have it out for him, bro. I imagine so. Darkin says, as a father, though, I do empathize a bit. Youngin made a very poor decision, and it looks as if the court of law about to cook him, and he in the South. Everybody keeps saying that South, bro. Hey, y'all crazy. I get it. Fallen Nation, appreciate you coming through. Appreciate you checking out the channel. He says, that's real. Just like on Friday, kids are scared to take a beating. Yeah. What Pop say? You live to fight another day. You live to fight another day. It's okay to take an ass whooping. I remember we was in a Judge Joe Brown space and he was saying that it's okay to take ass whooping. These kids these days don't know how to take an ass whooping, bro. You ain't gonna win them all. Sometimes you probably gonna get your ass beat. But that's one of those things in life that you have to accept. That you're gonna win some and you're gonna lose some, but you're gonna live to fight another day. That's the whole point. Tim says Carmelo Anthony, only hope is if he gets a couple of hardcore black people on the jury. Yeah, but like you say, this is the South. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to you. I imagine it's gonna be like one black person on that jury, bro. I promise you, it's probably gonna be like one black person on that jury. Laterrence Mosley, he says, "Dang, fallen nation." Oh, he talking to the other guy. You took it right out of my mouth. Now I'm over here shouting like I'm in church talking about yes, Lord. Caddy says, I'm sure it would be a hung jury. You think it's gonna be a hung jury? I don't think it's gonna be a hung jury. We don't get too many hung juries down here in Texas. They either gonna convict you or they gonna let you go. They either gonna convict you or they're gonna let you go. That's just a fact. Hold on, y'all. Damn headphones. Y'all give me a second. I'm trying to find something on the internet. If y'all making comments, I'm finna read them. I'm just not on that page right now. Everybody who watching it though, if y'all hadn't hit that like button though, I appreciate it if y'all would do that for me. And if y'all hadn't subscribed to the channel, you know what? Go ahead and do that too. What is Oh, okay. Here go. I'm gonna listen to this real. Show y'all Charleston. Charleston White. See what he had to say about it if you hadn't heard it.
This was not a racial killing. So why are the adults coming in playing a race game? The worst thing y'all could do is play the race game in this redneck county, nigga.
Hold on. Let me read the comments before I get going. Autobot Diva indicted. Oh my God. Yeah, he got indicted, Autobot Diva. I like that name. Yeah, he got indicted. They indicted him on first degree murder charges. That's what it was. Yeah, first degree. And with the first degree, like I said, it involves intentionally or knowingly causing the death of another person. The penalty is a death penalty in Texas or life imprisonment without parole. And as y'all know, they are going to charge him as an adult. It says it carries a potential sentence of 5 to 99 years or life in prison. Oops. John Ritter. What's up, John Ritter? I think I seen him on my page before. What's up, John? He says it won't be. He guilty as hell. He is guilty. He is guilty. That's a fact. I believe he's guilty. Caddy says, why didn't they name Carmelo Andrew Anthony Jr. instead of his next little brother? Why didn't they name Carmelo Andrew Anthony Jr. instead of his next little brother? I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about right there. I'm confused. Maybe I'm just not reading it right. Let me know what you're talking about. Rephrase that or something. Tim says some guys in high school had hands like Mike Tyson when they fought. They nearly deleted a couple of my classmates in a fist fight. Yeah, it was always a couple of dudes like that. We used to have a dude named Booby. He used to always go to the park, and whenever people fought him at the park, they was terrified, and some of them didn't even show up. Dark Kent says, "Shit, Rod, you see what my avatar is? Us Northerners know what's up on how they doing niggas if a crime is committed." I know y'all really think, but it's not as bad as y'all think it is. Like I was telling somebody early on the stream, I'm in Texas, bro, and I don't have no fear like that. I don't feel like if I do something like they finna just destroy. I don't have that fear, bro. Maybe it's just me, but I don't feel like terrified of being in the South, bro. I just don't. What's up, Eric Bass? He says the white gangs have said they want him to. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure. With this being so polarized as some racially motivated type of shit, I'm pretty sure they can't wait for him to come in there. That's why I say he gonna have to get with the black folks or whatever gangs they got in there, the Muslim Brotherhood or whatever it is. He gonna have to. You can't go to the pen and be solo dolo. I've heard that enough. I know that. Eric also says he's not in a good spot. Nope. He made a mistake. Big mistake. All y'all new people, man, make sure y'all hit that like button. And if y'all hadn't subscribed, make sure y'all hit that subscribe button for me as well, man. I appreciate it. Caddy says his little brother is Andrew Anthony Jr. instead of Carmelo. Usually you name your firstborn Junior. Oh, yeah. Okay, I get it. I get what you're saying. I don't know. We talking about black folks, man. We do stuff different. I've seen people have. Appreciate you subscribing to the channel, Eric. I just saw it. If I was on my other page, y'all could see your name and stuff pop up whenever you subscribe. I got it over here too, but I don't want to. I could do it on this little feed right here. It should pop up if I'm like this as well. I'll sit right here for a minute just in case some people subscribe, whatever, so they can see it. Yeah, we talking about black folks, Caddy. We do stuff backwards. Like I was gonna say, I seen people who have twins and name one of the twins Junior. Two boys. Name one of the twins Junior and get it. I'm like, that's fucked up. That's fucked up to me. The first one that made it is the Junior. Like, damn, that's fucked up. I wouldn't even name now one of them after me if I had that situation. But I would still be black if I had another son after them. I'd probably name him Junior. Tim say the South and up North don't play in the legal system if the victim is a white teenager. The South and up North don't play in the legal system if the victim is a white teenager. Yeah, I hear you. I think for me, I'm kind of just getting away from this whole they coming after me because I'm black type. I think maybe it's just because I'm getting older and I'm just getting sick of hearing that type of narrative. And it's no offense to your comment because I'm not, anybody who has this comment, I'm not like disagreeing with you. I think I'm just more so, I'm just getting over that shit, bro. It's just like if you don't be doing shit, you ain't got nothing to worry about. Just stop doing shit sometime. That's all the shit boils down to. Just stop doing shit. And you won't even have to worry about none of that crap. Now I get it. There are instances where some people do get framed or, the book get thrown at people for no apparent reason, only because they black or they get an extra charge. That's true. But if you walk around with that kind of mindset, I believe stuff like that is going to happen to you. She said, "You funny, man. I just subscribed. Appreciate you, Caddy. Appreciate it. It should pop up. It might be tripping. Sometime it be tripping on this too. I gotta get on OBS, but it should pop up unless I changed it. But I don't think I did. It should. I hope it does. Autobot Diva says, I don't think America is ready if Karmelo is sentenced. There were 75 cell phone videos, 50 adults, not sure who the attorneys are. Huh? We don't know, man. Like I said, I don't think he's going to get that much time. Some people think he's going to get a lot of time or he deserves a lot of time. But, you know, that's just the way it is. Where does Hope Knight? I hope she didn't leave because I didn't agree with her. Because that's not, you know, I always like when she come over. I hope she's still here watching.
That black judge, they are already working to get her out of there. She will not be a judge in Collin County anymore. And if you from the Dallas-Fort Worth area, you know them people don't play out there, nigga. They from out of town. These are outsiders. They will make an example out of that black kid. And black people will get him hung playing the race card. How dumb can you be?
I already said it.
This is the time we supposed to say, let's come together. Why can't we all get along? This is that time so we can have his life spurred. They go hang that boy. He deserved to go to prison. If you take a life, you ain't supposed to be able to walk away with no consequences. It's consequences to your actions, right or wrong. Even if you justified to take a life, your life wasn't in danger. Karmelo was wrong, dead wrong. In the witness accounts of what he said, he grabbed the book bag. Let me tell black people how dumb y'all is. Don't you know they got a police report with the evidence of a knife and not a cleat sharpener? There's no...
Don't I be saying some of this stuff? Am I tripping? That's what aggravates me about some black people. Like I said, they didn't read the report. They running around here talking about it was a cleat sharpener, like that's going to excuse that he killed somebody. And that shit would have been in the report. In the report, it's a knife. And these fools still talking about a cleat sharpener. Just like he said, black people are going to be the ones that get this boy hung. Black people are going to be the ones that get him hung out to dry like this. Black people are going to be the ones that cost him his life behind this shit. Because they can't shut the fuck up. And they trying to spin. They twisted themselves into a pretzel. All you got to do is stick to the facts. It's in the police report. What are y'all talking about? Cleat sharpeners and racial incidents between the two at these parties. All of that shit is bullshit. All of it.
There's no such thing as a cleat sharpener. They have evidence, a police report where they confiscated a knife. How dumb can y'all be? And black people, y'all don't have no compassion for a parent who have to bury their child?
No.
Y'all haven't extended no level of empathy for another dead kid?
No. That's why that looks bad as well. You getting on her, you getting on these internet pages, and y'all basically saying he deserved to die. And I've been hearing this. He deserved to die. Now, how would they feel if white people were saying some black kid deserved? Don't you know black folks would be pissed off? They would be tripping. They get hung up on that. Austin killed Karmelo, this boy named Karmelo, and they talking about he deserved to die. All you got to do is put the shoe on the other foot. Think about what they be saying. They be saying some crazy shit to me. Crazy shit to me. I'll never understand it. But I know why they do it. They gonna defend a black person no matter what is said, no matter what happens. And then in the end, watch when the evidence comes out and the videos get shown. All these folks who sat up here and made up all of this stuff, the cleat sharpeners, the racial incidents, they're gonna go silent. It's gonna be like that Homer Simpson meme where his ass slide back into the bushes. This shit is beyond me, like they say. Tim says Casey Allen was found not guilty in Texas for stabbing his Mexican classmate to death in the school restroom, so race matters. Yeah, I saw. I didn't see that, but I heard somebody saying that. Fallen Nation says I did as well. Did you see Miss White beat up the island boy? He said Miss White. Yeah, I seen that. I seen him, but it looked like it was fake or something because he just kind of hit him with a straight. I don't know. Everybody was like, oh, but I'm like, I don't see what they see. Caddy says, I wonder why Karmelo's mom deleted her Facebook account. There were instances and conversations on his dad's Facebook where she was tagged before. I think she hides stuff. It could be. I'm not sure. I mean, maybe you saw something I didn't see. I didn't even know that his mom had a Facebook page, but I more so imagine she was getting a lot of death threats because she did say that at the press conference, right? She said that the family was getting death threats. So I could see why she would delete her Facebook. I mean, what you talking about? I don't know. I didn't see it. Maybe you saw something like I say that I didn't see because I didn't look and I didn't notice she had a Facebook page. But I think more so it was probably because of the death threats. Just like if Austin's parents or if they had social media and they deleted, I wouldn't. At this point, I wouldn't suspect the parents of hiding anything. I don't think so. I don't think so. Caddy goes on to say on Drew Anthony's Facebook. I don't know who that is, Drew Anthony. Oh, must be the dad. On Drew Anthony's Facebook, there's a video on there of him and his daughter where they're talking about mom going to be mad if they do this together for their daughter's B-Day and that he took mom's phone. Are you saying like it's just showing some bad attributes from Karmelo or something like that? I get what you're saying. I mean, it could be. I mean, I can understand that. Because those incidents, even if that, that happened, I could see how you wouldn't want that to be out there because that ain't got nothing to do with the case. It could show some pertaining to his character, but I wouldn't want that put out there because I don't want you using that against my son. Think about this too. These are high school kids. Let's not forget that. So they do stupid shit. I did stupid shit. I took my parents' car, let folks come over the house when they told me not to let nobody come over. I mean, I done the same shit. So if I went out and committed some type of offense, would that make me a bad person? And could you use that against me? I don't think it would be fair. Because I mean, all kids do goofy shit. I mean, I'm pretty sure you did something, Caddy. Like, we all did goofy stuff. But I get it. I get what you're saying, though. I'm not disagreeing. Autobot Diva says, "Oh Lord, not Charleston. Hush, he flips all the time." Hey, I know people don't like him, but it be truth in some of the stuff that he be talking about. I know it hurts my people. It be true. I don't agree with everything he be saying. Even these people that y'all gonna see on my page that I like to watch and I like to listen to. That don't mean I agree with everything they're saying. It may be too harsh for people who don't want to hear that type of stuff at all. But for me, I'm good at listening and taking what they say, chewing up the meat and spitting out the bone. I'm good at that. I don't have an issue with certain people. I let out the other shit just roll off my back. Caddy says, I think he was depressed and overlooked at home. It could be. That could be a reason why he lashed out and was acting the way that he was acting. Could be.
Black people, I hate that this kid will be sacrificed. But he's not from here, so I don't give a fuck about it. Fuck him. His daddy is a weak nigga to me. Nigga, y'all out here in this $900,000 house renting. These people say y'all got 4 or 5 registered failed businesses, and man, they finna make a mockery out of y'all. But your daddy, nigga, the daddy ain't got nothing to say, and his boy dead. You let the bitch do, nigga, you weak, nigga. That's why the boy.
Hey, he got a point. He got a point right there. Because as a man, as a black man, I did see an issue with his mom sitting up there talking in that press conference and the dad sitting back there crying and letting the mom talk like, nah, I'm finna speak up. This my son. I'm the head of the family. I'm about to speak up. I'm not finna let my wife get up there and speak. Not saying that she can't speak or she doesn't have the right to speak, but I'm not doing that.
The boy weak. You weak, that's why the boy weak. And the mama weak, cause nigga, she doing all this goddamn talking, but he left out of your house with a knife. With a knife. Stay at home, mom. And nobody cares about your daughter can't sleep cause y'all getting death threats. Your son killed somebody. That boy brother can't sleep from holding his brother dying. You think people, y'all are not the victims. Karmelo Anthony, you and your renting family, y'all are not homeowners in a town full of homeowners. Y'all are renters. You're not even from here. And you done brought people that's not from here to cause trouble and try to divide us from our good blacks. You're gonna pay, Anthony family. They're gonna hang. Your boy's gonna suffer. See, right now, y'all don't know. The dad's a convicted felon. This kid is gonna pay as he should. Because they got all these dumbass black people playing a race card in a racist town. And I wouldn't call them racist. They just don't like your kind. And neither do I. I hate a victim-minded black person. I hate a black person that doesn't take accountability. I hate a criminal-minded black person. I hate a nigga that let his wife do all the speaking. So I surely don't like that father. He let his bitch do all the talking, hollering and screaming with all those emotions like the black woman have. Oh, man, that's a strike against the culture.
Tell me it's not some truth in what he said, though. It is a strike against our culture, bro. Especially when you got people defending the wrong shit. This goes to my point of always saying we defend the wrong shit. And then when we really have an incident that is clearly and can be justified, nobody's going to come to our defense. Nobody's going to side with us because it's like we've been crying wolf the whole time. At what point do we just be real about the situation? At what point do we just go off the facts? At what point do we just stop being emotional and just be honest about the situations and be honest about what happened? You didn't let the media put you in a frenzy behind black and white relations. They didn't let you get worked up to think that this is some black and white shit, when this is really just some high school stupid kid shit. And one kid lost it and stabbed somebody and killed him for no reason, uncalled for. What's up, Adrian May? What's going on? Everybody who's watching right now, I appreciate it if y'all hit the like button for me. If y'all hit the subscribe, if y'all hadn't subscribed to the channel as well. Jada Blaze said, yeah, he is right. That's true. He is. Caddy says, one more thing. Not that it matters really, but his parents weren't married until after Karmelo and his sister were born. Then they got married, names the next son Junior, and then had another son. I don't know if it matters. It don't matter to me because we see this a lot. I mean, we see a lot of couples like that. We see a lot of people like that. We see people have kids, break up, have kids with somebody else, get back together. I mean, we see all kind of stuff. People these days are weird. That's why the whole family dynamic, I don't care. It's in this country, I ain't gonna say like other groups, but if you've been raised in this country with this culture, your thoughts about marriage, including mine and others, are so out of whack, out of touch. Because look what we see. We see ass shaking on TV, free porn on the internet. You got women talking about they hitting their stride when they're in their 50s. It's time to break up with their husband. They didn't get to live. You got men still out here acting like they 20. They trying to chase every bitch. It's like, who knows what to do? Caddy says, I literally was telling my mom earlier that when something is finally racist, no one is going to believe it. Yeah. Are you black, Caddy? Yeah, that's true. When something really happens that is going to be clear that we can justify it and point out certain details about it, that's when nobody's going to listen. We're going to be like, what? Why they don't believe us? Why is nobody listening? Because y'all been screaming this shit the whole time. Now it's played out. Now we don't believe you. That's the type of shit that we're going to run into. That's what we run into. You said did that when I came in. Oh, you subscribed. Appreciate it, Adrian. Appreciate it, bro. Subscribed and liked. I appreciate it. It's been quite a few people that came through here today. Certain topics, man, bring out a lot of people, don't it? That's crazy. Eric Bass says, it feels to me like it's the media fear mongering. I don't think they care who died. They just care if they can use it for the news cycle. I think that's a great point, Eric. I think you're right about that as well. They like it. To them, it's ratings. To them, it's views on the internet, on the YouTube channels, it's interactions. It's all of that stuff. They don't care who it happened to, why it happened. They just know, oh, we can spin this into some black and white. We're gonna have some conflict. This stuff gonna last for months and days, just like the whole Diddy stuff. Everybody's eating off of that. I eat off of that. Hell, I'll throw up a Diddy video. We talking about video. Hell, I'm talking about the Karmelo stuff right now. This stuff is views. I'm not gonna sit up here and act like, oh, I'm just doing this because I'm really a concerned citizen. I am the concerned citizen, but I also have a YouTube page. I'm just being honest. See, I think a lot of that stuff, what people do, they don't be honest about what's going on. They try to act like they really doing something for the people. A little bit of this is your ego, and a little bit of this is you trying to make some money. A little bit of this is you trying to gain some recognition and some notoriety behind it. That's what this is. Just be honest with it. People know exactly what you're doing. You don't have to lie to people. People know what's going on. When people ran across this page, I'm pretty sure they thought, look at this dude. He just trying to, have some entertainment. I'm in Texas. This concerns me. I'm not too far from this place. But yeah, it's a little bit of entertainment. It's some views. You see, I keep telling you to like the video, subscribe to the channel. I'm not going to sit up here and lie to you. For what? Caddy says, no, you're a 31-year-old white mom from Mississippi. It's all good. It's all good. Jada Blade says, the world is crazy. Have to stay true to yourself and your spirit. Facts. And it's getting crazier by the day. It's getting crazier by the day. I think Trump had one of the best quotes the other day when he said about Israel and Iran. He said, we have two countries that's been fighting for so long, they don't know what the fuck they're doing. That's a fact, bro. This world is crazy. Adrian May says, "Yep, unfortunately, that's what happens when someone cries wolf too many times." Yep. I keep telling these fools that. I keep saying that. I keep saying that. I get on Twitter. People, they don't want to hear me. They you cooning. You know that. You already know my spiel about that. You cooning. You got the cape on for the white folks. What's the other phrase? They listen. Oh, because we listen to Tariq Nasheed. They like say, "Oh, you trying to get your butter biscuits?" All this bullshit. I'm like, bro, you don't have to follow the leader. You know, you can believe in some stuff, but you don't have to believe in everything that somebody says. You understand that, right? You understand that you are a human being. You understand that you can think any way that you want to think, right? Thank you, Jada Blade. He said hit the like button for Roddy, man. Appreciate it. Appreciate you saying that, man. Yes, if you hadn't hit the like button for me, make sure that you hit the like button, please. I'm trying to do this for y'all. I love y'all so much. This is only for this ain't for me. I do this for y'all. Yeah, right. I do this for y'all and I do this for me. Okay? I'm being honest. Jolly Blaze say, love it. They try to please everyone, take a stand. Yep. I can't do it no more. My mindset about stuff has changed. I'm not, look, I don't got time for that shit. Adrian says, I do appreciate the honesty on that. Facts. People appreciate you being honest. People appreciate you being honest. You know why a lot of dudes don't get the coochie from girls sometimes? It's because they be lying. They don't say that that's what they after. They try to act like they like them. They try to play all these games. And then when the girl realizes that's all they want, she not going to give it to you. I challenge some dudes. Talk to a chick. They get to the point and just tell her what you want to do and see what happens. And then come back to this channel. You might be surprised. It's not going to happen every time, but I'm saying sometimes, a little honesty here. Hey, all that extra stuff, you won't have to even deal with it. Trust me. Caddy says it's mostly the spokesperson Dominique's fault. Yeah, that dude, I don't know what they've been thinking with him. The first time that they had him up there talking, I was like, what the hell? I mean, he's a bumbling fool. He talking crazy, talking all mush mouth and just, I ain't gonna say mush mouth, but he just had that I don't even know what you call it. He just, you know how sometimes we talk in the South, man, like we just don't know how to put our sentences together. Shit, you know what I mean. I'm not hating on the dude. Cause a lot of us talk like that. We smart people. But you know, we just talk like that. Just like it's some I wouldn't get in front of a bunch of people and act like I'm a spokesperson for somebody. What the fuck? I'm gonna go get somebody to speak for me. I know I'm gonna get up there and say some stupid shit. I know I'm not dumb, but I know I know how I be talking sometimes. Like, nah, I'm gonna let the professionals handle this, okay? Adrian May say, I try and teach the younger ones around me that so when they actually do need help, they get it. Yeah. If you be honest, people will help you, bro. If you just be honest. You know, like people who apologize about their mistakes, you know, people will usually help them whenever they do make a mistake. But people who always act like they don't do no wrong and they don't ever make a mistake and they never apologize. And then when they really get in the bind, they too scared to even ask for help because they know nobody don't want to help them because they're like, man, you why would I help you? Adrian May says, and no, I really do not see color. I am actually going blind, so I use my mic. Oh shit, my bad, bro. My bad. Yeah, yeah, I see color. Like I'm not gonna lie, when I go out, I see some white folks, some Mexicans, some black folks. Now I see color. I'm not one of them people. I just don't let some things hold me back. I'm not. I'm just. I'm not. I'm over that shit, bro. Over it. Say you married your high school sweetheart. Congratulations, man. I wish I could have married my high school sweetheart, but she didn't like me. So moved on. Caddy says with the Metcalf, and let me be clears. Adrian May, and I'm a 38-year-old white. I thought that was a man. Says, and I'm a 38-year-old white mom that lived in the hood in Charlotte, North Carolina, and moved out there when I was 5 and moved to Ohio. Oh, okay. It's crazy. It's too white because on my show I be talking about a bunch of shit. So that's just kind of funny that it's two white women come over here. Oh man, I think some people though, because I did notice some of the shit I get into. Some people I guess they'll subscribe and be like, oh, they may see another video, another live, and they like, oh my god, I didn't know what this is what it was, and they get the hell out of here. They unsubscribe, which is cool. I mean, I get it, I understand. But yeah, I'm not just. I wish I could tell everybody who's subscribed to my page, like, before you subscribe, just go down my videos. You'll see what I'm into. I'm not into this white supremacy coming after. I'm not into that shit, and it's just certain things I don't really care for. So I'm not walking around here terrified of white people, and I'm finna get pulled over and shot. Like I'm not. We're not doing that over here. But yeah. Ah, man, I think I talked about this enough. I really didn't have too much on that. I wanted to give everybody a little update. Uh, yeah, I'm gonna give y'all a little update. I'll be back on her tomorrow, talking about something. Whatever, we'll find something to talk about. But like I say, everybody who came through, I appreciate y'all checking out the channel. I appreciate y'all hitting the like button. I appreciate y'all subscribing. All of the new people who came through, I also appreciate y'all because anything that y'all do when it comes to the algorithm, as far as liking the video, subscribing to the channel, commenting, it always helps me out in the algorithm. It always helps push me through, gets my reach out a little bit more. And I'm gonna just keep doing what I'm doing every day and trying to entertain people and give people a little content. Quite possibly when y'all not watching some of these bigger channels that I know everybody like to watch, just like me. In the meantime, these people they can't be on all day. They may have a 3 or 4 hour video or a show or hour clip here and there. But I know y'all want to. Most people don't watch TV, so y'all trying to have some other content. So if I can give that to you, that's what I'll do. And in the meantime, in between time, I'ma holler at y'all. Somebody's caddy say we gonna get you in Mississippi. We so racist here. Ah! Oh shit. I've been to Mississippi. I've been to Biloxi and places like that. So I even been to Memphis before. Susie Drew. Susie Dahl, my bad. Susie Dahl says stopped to listen a few minutes. Hello. I grew up one of 5 kids, divorced, no child support. Mom stood on her feet 8 hours a day for $1.65 an hour, and took in ironing because there was no welfare. It's another one. Welcome to the show, Susie. Man, this is incredible. Oh man, this is incredible. Well, I'm pretty sure you're doing pretty good for yourself. I guarantee you that because most people who, you know, had a bit of a struggle coming up, they usually fared better because they already knew how to fare in life. So She said, "You white too, Susie? Let me get off her." I gotta go. Y'all, man, bro. Look. Wait a minute. I got another. Hold up.
If you say that one more time, I'm gonna fucking choke the shit out of you when I see you. I might choke you in public.
Oh man. If y'all don't know the reference to that, it ain't no point in me telling you. Oh Lordy, 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 Lordy. Susie Dow. Appreciate you coming through, Susie. But yeah. Adrian said if I like someone, I rock with him. Appreciate it. Caddy got the laughy emojis. Oh, y'all. Wow. This is funny. Oh man. I'm too white to be Cherokee and too Cherokee to be white. I'm an old Caucasian woman. Lord have mercy.
What the fuck, y'all? God damn!
You gonna learn today.
Let me go. Let me go. Let me go. Susie, if you hadn't hit the like button for me, hit the like button. If you hadn't hit the subscribe button for me, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And I'm going to holler at y'all tomorrow. Peace.